And here we are, the comic book crowd. How's everybody doing tonight? We know we have stiff competition tonight because Brian decided to have his reveal show for the Comic Book Community Awards tonight. So most of us will probably be going over there after this is over. But I really want to thank those of you who decided to see real entertainment tonight. Real entertainment. All right. And so
good to see you.
Let's say hello to our crowd here tonight. Just below me, we have Chuck Hensey. Hey, Chuck, how you doing?
Doing good. Nice to see everyone.
Good to see you too. We have above the fellow down there, we have Alan, Anachronic Comics, just back from Paris and the Olympics.
Yes.
No
medals for me. No medals for me, but
you didn't get any of those cheap medals that they have that they sell. Come on.
I hate the chocolate ones.
Eiffel Tower was selling them for like 5 francs a piece or something, €5, whatever the heck.
Yeah, do they even use francs anymore, Joe?
No, I guess not. It's old time stuff. That's
they went out in the 90s.
And Mr. Matt Woods, how are you, Matt? Great to see you again. Yes.
I'm doing wonderful, Joe. I'm super stoked all month for this show and this topic. I think this is a very hunger-inducing topic, and so I'm really excited for it. Al, you got it, okay?
Right, but Chuck did mention in the statements that it's there's no calories involved. It's calorie-free.
So right, it's the best type.
Well, you know what? I was going to come up with like a hamburger and a sandwich and the rest of that type of stuff, but my wife said, "Where are you going upstairs with all that? You can't bring that upstairs. You're going to make a big mess." So I said, "Yes, dear." That was it.
I have a couple cups of coffee. I guess, does that qualify as the food group?
It does. Coffee is food. Coffee is food.
Ooh, Al's ready. Joe's ready.
Yes. One of the OG cups. Yes, one of the OG ones. There they are. Show us yourself, Alan. Where are you? There he is.
There he is.
There's Mr. Woods.
Right
and
look at that guy right next to him.
There you
Excellent.
That's only 6 of those exist in the world. I broke the mold when they were done. That's it. All right.
He ordered 7 by accident, but he smashed the one, so no one
smashed the
ever
others.
counterfeit it.
That's right. Okay. Well, let's see. I think we have. It says we have 3 people watching, which is great. But I see a couple here. We have one of them is Gary. How you doing, Gary? Thanks for showing up. You know where you need to be, Gary. Thank you. And the other is Trev. Yes, Trev. Yes, we are good men. At least we think we are, Trev. Thanks for showing up. Really appreciate you, my friend. Really appreciate you.
Where's Trev at? Where's it at?
You can't find it?
It's always right here. And then the one.
Oh, come on. You're supposed to show it. There it is. Yes.
There we go.
Okay, I feel better now. I was panicking after. I was panicking.
This one.
Well, yeah. No, there's the other one.
Yeah.
I left Trev's in Florida, I think. I don't have it. It's down in Florida, so I can't show that. But so you have one of the newest, but you have one of the OG ones on your cabinet there, Matt. I see the original sticker there. Yeah, there it is.
Right here.
The one that says, if you touch it, it says Anachronic.
It does. I don't know. There's no speaker anywhere near it, and it speaks to me. It's crazy cool.
All right. So
I think it's Bluetooth technology,
tonight, which was suggested by Milt, who's supposed to be here, but I guess he's otherwise engaged in some way. Maybe he'll show, maybe he won't. A few other people said they might show up, but they had other things going, but it's the 4 of us, so that's fine. So the suggestion was comic book covers with food on them. Okay. So when I first heard about that, what did I tell you, Alan and Matt? I said, what the hell is that? What the heck is that? I don't know about that. I don't feel comfortable. So I started digging through stuff, and I did find some. And then I was in the LCS that I go to every now and then in Connecticut, and I was actually looking through like the dollar bin, a few other things, and I found a couple of others. So I do have a stack of them that's here. So, and I found 3 tonight, three of them today. And I was looking for another book. I said, "Oh, this could count as food."
Absolutely.
Anyway, so we might be stretching it a little bit tonight, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So, so Chuck says that he has about 250 comic books with food on. So we thought we'd let him go. Didn't you say that, Chuck? In the green room?
That many, no, not quite.
I must have misheard.
Just 249.
Oh, that's it. That was it.
Way off.
Yeah.
So Chuck, we'll let you go first, and you can show us some of your or all of your food things, and
Great.
we'll see what it's about.
So the great thing about food covers is I was looking the stuff up this week while I was supposed to be, paying attention to start of the year meetings at work because,
We know about those meetings. Yeah.
I've seen the safety one enough. So I think I know how to be safe at school. So keep the psycho away from the scissors. Anyways,
There you go.
So what I found is that a lot of the food covers really go with your more sort of cartoony, animated, kiddie stuff. And so since I got a couple of runs of things here, I thought I'd go through it and see what I could find. I found some really neat stuff along the way. So we're going to start with Golden Age here with Famous Funnies. And it is food related. Let me tone this down here just a little bit.
Is that a palm
Down
nut?
a coconut tree?
Yeah, so we got a coconut tree and they're getting ready for Thanksgiving. So he's going to imagine it's a turkey and carve it up there.
There you go.
So I thought that was a good one to start for food stuff. We're going to go old school there. So, and then just kind of rummaging around things. You think of things like Richie Rich.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
So this brings me back to Saturday morning cartoons and
I want to go. I want to go on a picnic with Richie Rich. Look, all that's good stuff there.
Well, I do too. Well, actually, I want him to throw me a party. That's what I want to do.
Yeah, for as cool of a comic book as Richie Rich is, and it was a great cartoon, I don't think any of those comic books are worth a whole lot of money, but the reads are really good. I mean, they're fun books to read. I have a handful
They're
of
fun
them.
books to read. And, I blame Macaulay Culkin for the reason why, the books aren't worth anything since he did the movie. So, but
You're not wrong.
that can be a conversation for another day. Another series that, did a few things with food stuff. We've got the Animaniacs here.
Oh yeah, I love them.
And I don't know
really
if
good.
anyone's going to reference. I couldn't lay my hands on it, but there's a Wonder Woman cover similar to this from the Mr. Lobos run where she's working in a fast food joint.
I got that one.
I see.
I'll
There we
show
go.
it later.
Good. And another
Anything Gal
Animaniac
Gadot
one here.
Joe has.
They're not eating here. Instead, we're discussing gravity of the situation. So there we go.
It is an apple.
It is an apple. We've got peanuts.
Dog food.
And when I think of food, that and peanuts.
I didn't even think of that.
That's right.
Well, it's called Peanuts, and there's dog food on the cover, so it's like a double.
right.
I know. It just went over my head. What can I say?
We maxed it out there. Another series that had a lot of these because it focused on 5-year-olds was Powerpuff Girls. And I didn't realize how many Powerpuff Girls covers that I had revolved around food till I started looking through it today. So we've got one here with jelly. Apparently they're having
nice.
trouble over peanut
Peanut
butter
and jelly.
We have a great Halloween one here.
Nice.
It's just really cool. I love that. That's a really neat cover.
We're gonna have a Halloween show in October.
Well, you see, there we go.
We'll save that one. Yeah.
We'll just save it then and bring it back. Let's see here. Get myself organized here. Of course, you're dealing with little girls. That means, of course, you got to be selling cookies.
Yep.
Nice.
And let's face it, who can turn them down? After all, they're going to laser your door down if you don't buy them. So,
Right.
It's a great sales marketing gimmick. We have a pie fight.
Oh, cool.
Uh-oh.
Are they exploding pies?
Looks like it. No, I haven't read this in so long, I couldn't tell you. And then finally, whoops, I'll get that in a minute. Of course, pizza.
That's what I had tonight.
Nice.
That's
We
right.
made pizza.
How can you do
I haven't eaten yet
something
today. I need to eat.
with little girls without pizza?
Hmm.
And then finally, 2 other things to show, 2 different series. Well, 3 things, sorry. So it's not really food, but we've got Scooby snacks here.
Nice.
Nice.
And when Tina comes on, she will feel loved and
Plastic
seen.
Man.
There we go. We have, if anybody remembers this, from Ren and Stimpy. We have the Powdered Toast Man.
Huh.
Yeah,
Nice.
look at that.
you know. And then finally, of course, we have the Simpsons and
Oh yeah.
donuts.
Big boy.
Gotta have the donuts.
Isn't that the
There
big
we
boy? Whatever.
Yeah,
The big boy,
Yeah,
ripoff. Yeah.
Yeah.
The ripoff on Big Boy, yeah. So those are my food covers that I brought with me.
Excellent. Very good.
That's really
So a
good.
lot of them are these the cartoony ones and stuff you said, right? So that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean there were some superhero ones, but a lot of those sort of revolved around the freedom from want image from doing a playoff on Rockefeller and stuff.
Uh-huh.
So
Wait until you see mine.
okay, then let's do it.
None of them are like that.
Awesome.
Matt, do you want to show us what you got?
I got a different take on mine. All right.
Okay.
I don't just want to show.
Don't show us that Fathom cover though. Oh, I shouldn't have said anything.
That's for the post show.
You gotta find the app.
Gotta save it for the post show.
He showed me beforehand. He said we agreed that he shouldn't show it.
That's all right.
Now, I'm not gonna say a whole lot about this. I don't want to turn the show south. Okay, we're all adults here. We can put our own thoughts into it.
Are we?
I didn't know. Definitely not. But I'm a big Michael Turner fan. Honestly, he's one of the best artists ever. And Joe, this is all on you, okay? But I'm just gonna leave this out there, okay? Yeah, what's the name of the topic?
What's the name of the topic? I forgot.
Covered with food on them.
All right. Now, that is as lowbrow as I want to go.
Thank God my wife doesn't watch my shows. That's all I got to
just
say.
ruined your show.
We don't have clip
ruined
on here.
your
There's
show.
no telling what we're getting in.
But in all honesty, okay, I want to talk about. Whoa, I thought I had 2 books here. I only have 1, but that's all right. It'll work. There's actually no food in here, but you have the Fighting Marines in here, and I had a Fighting Army book in here. I must have not grabbed it. Okay, but anyhow, this is kind of unique because anyone that's ever been in the military, you've had to eat MREs. Now, MRE stands for meal ready to eat. I mean, they used to be called C rations, and they've had a lot of names over the years. Currently, MREs, but it's the same stuff. A lot of it is just vacuum sealed food that literally can last in these plastic containers for years and years, and they're designed to. And I've actually eaten some of them that were 20 years old. Honestly, I couldn't tell the difference. They're that well sealed. But a lot of times, you're out in the field, and when you get a moment, you have a bunch of guys and they open up the MREs and there's all kinds of different foods in them. And you will trade. Like some guy, he likes jalapeno cheese on his crackers, and some guy, he hates his crackers, and so he gives it to the guy who likes jalapeno cheese. But you will just trade food left and right. Like there's all kinds of like drink mixes. Like some people like the grape drink mix, some people like the cherry stuff, and they'll switch back and forth. And honestly, it's kind of a fun little thing. And comic books, a lot of times, whenever I say that, not always do they mirror real life, but many times that they kind of do. So whenever I saw this, it just made me think about being in the field with some of the guys that I served with, and honestly, just have, BSing, okay, back and forth and sharing a meal together. And it's kind of a cool rite of passage. So
I have 2 stories about MREs. First, I saw that Chuck had mentioned that we had them, the Boy Scout eat them, and we used to carry them when we used to go backpacking with our tents, and climbing up these mountains and stuff like that. And I remember like deciding what would be the best type of food, because you can't really carry a lot of stuff with you. So I had kind of these this small propane burner, and stuff, and you carry what you can, because the water that you carry. Talk about food. You need water. The water that you carry is the heaviest thing you carry, because the tent and stuff you can split it among the 2 or 3 or 4 people. So I got food, and my son and I were making our food, and it was really good. But this one kid decided that he wanted to bring basically ice cream MRE. So we said, "You're going to make ice cream?" So he attempted to make ice cream, and it was basically soup. But if you remember, do you remember we were talking about Master Blaster a little bit earlier? Maybe it was like 4 years ago now. He had suggested on Reggie's show that we have a Gibbon Gang Christmas exchange, right?
Yes.
And pick names out of a hat, remember? So we happened to pick each other. We had each other, right? And so I gave him a bunch of comic books and so forth, and he sent me some stuff. But he also sent me a package of a big MRE package that he got. And I think if I remember correctly, it was macaroni and meatballs.
Okay.
I still got it downstairs. It's good for 20 years or whatever. So I said, hey, I don't know, maybe someday I might need it. And so I still have it downstairs, the MRE that he sent me as part of a Gibbon Christmas exchange, So.
Yeah. Those MREs are super high in calories. Like you cannot eat them on a regular basis and maintain a thin waist. No. But they're high in calories on purpose because usually when you eat them, you're out in the field, you're carrying a whole bunch of weight and a lot of equipment, and you're burning the calories.
You're burning. That's right.
But so don't make a habit of eating those. But honestly, they're not bad. There's some that I'm not a big fan of, but honestly, most of them are pretty decent food, actually.
Well, since you brought up the thing, see, these guys probably eating MREs too, fighting five.
Probably a few.
Yeah, a few, right?
Yeah. Nice. Now,
anyway, all right. Well, that was really cool.
I'll do one more before I move on.
Sure, go ahead.
But I found a Spider-Man book, and it has pumpkins in it. And you know what's coming up in a couple months? Halloween. A lot of people are going to be carving jack-o'-lanterns, and a lot of people take those insides of the pumpkins and turn it into pumpkin pie. So I was thinking, this is kind of an upcoming holiday. It's almost fall. It's late August.
We're going to have a Halloween show in October.
Well, maybe I'll just redo it, Joe. Did you ever think of that? Yeah. Maybe
recycle, reuse,
okay?
Reuse, recycle, reuse.
Exactly.
Wash, rinse.
I'm a conservationist, okay? I want to make sure that we don't pollute.
Are we done?
All right, I'm going to give it up.
Okay. Well, before we go back, I just want to bring up the people that are members of the channel. I want to thank everybody that's there. I'll call out your names. We have Tina, who's working late, unfortunately. We have Terry Deadman, Mark Andrews, who's at a Blue Jays games. Got to beat those Los Angeles Angels. We have Chuck, who's here. Trev, who's in the chat. We have Gary B, who's in the chat. We have Phil Tessa Comics and Art. Brian LCS, who has his show going on right now. We have Naman, a comic book worm. Richard V, Pretty Fly for a Filipino guy. Rob Fat Stacks of Comics. Cliff on Comics. Milt Miller, who we thought was going to be here tonight, but is not. We have Dave Draghi, Sleepy Reader 666, Damien. Spinner Rack Studios, Doug Bratton, Chris Bigger, and Dave Bratton. Again, it's $1.99 a month. Give up a comic a month, all right? And you can pay for 2 months or 3, or maybe 4 if you get one of the old ones and all the money goes to St. Jude's Research Hospital and Tunnel to Towers Foundation. Super chats go there too. If you buy anything from the store, all the profits that would be coming my way, I wrap them up and I send them off to these 2 places. So if you haven't done it, please consider being a member. Again, it's just $1.99 a month, almost nothing. Give up a coffee, and that's 2 months or 3 months here. So and you're helping with a good cause. So I just want to bring that up. I want to acknowledge these people. Thank everybody that is a member, and ask you if you please consider membership. You can do it by going on the homepage, or just below. I have a link in the description. Thanks, guys. Okay, and with that said, let's bring up now, Alan. Hopefully, you're not going to be talking about MREs now, also, right?
No MREs, no Michael Turner from my end. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
But I actually didn't realize how many food-related covers I had, so I did find a couple. Some are Reaches, but I guess the first one is
Reaches are good.
My Snow White.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
I like that
had
cover.
A nice
Look at that
big apple there. That's really cool. I like that one. This one was kind of interesting. X Deaths of Wolverine. So here he is drinking coffee out of a cat cup.
And the cats are looking at him.
Yeah, I had to this one was a little bit of a reach. I thought that was that was pretty fun. This one, Alpha Flight, True North, #1. This really reminds me of, the end credit scene of Avengers when they're all in that restaurant around the table just eating. I thought that was like a really cool cover there. Yeah, lots of French fries for the Canadians there.
Poutine. That's what they call
Poutine.
I like that one.
Pardon me. This one was kind of cool. Another Wolverine cover, but this is his reflection in a beer. This is pretty epic.
That is kind of cool.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. A lot of mines I found mainly modern covers. So this other one, Miles Morales Spider-Man. There you see Gwen Stacy, and I can't tell if this is Peter or not, kind of eating a sundae.
You mean it could be a clone?
It could be a clone. You never know.
I'm saying it's Ben Reilly.
Mr. Riley. I think going with the Spider-Man and ice cream theme, got Ghost Spider here.
Oh, look at that!
Cool.
They're just hanging out, having some ice cream.
That's cute.
Mint chocolate chip is my favorite, so I'm hoping MJ is eating that. Another one is a Peach Momoko cover, Demon Days. So they're just like eating some soup, and you got some monsters in the background just trying to get fed here.
Yeah, they're sniffing the soup there.
Sniffing the soup. And my last one, I actually was thinking about, how everyone tries to collect miscellaneous comic covers that are somewhat interrelated. Yeah. My last one is, so I think this is an Excalibur book, but Jubilee with bubblegum. So I know there's a lot of different bubblegum covers, and people collect that. I see you guys nodding.
Bubblegum covers?
Yeah. They especially collect Jubilee bubblegum covers.
Oh,
Her and Ms. Marvel are the two.
Oh, I see. So they draw them quite a bit with that. I see. All right.
Yeah. So I guess it's a thing. But yeah, I had a lot of modern books with food covers there. I didn't realize I had this many. I thought I'd only find one or two, but it's kind of crazy when you look through your collection what they have.
Yeah.
All right. Good.
And Alan, I was the same way. I was astonished at the stuff I found in just a little bit of searching, and especially since I don't own, and I don't want to step on Joe's toes, but I don't own a whole lot of Archie. And Archie, when I think of food covers, I think of Archie and Jughead and stuff, and I have almost none of those. And so
I know. So I mentioned that I had a Popeye cover, but I couldn't find it. And then I have a few Archies, and I thought, definitely Jughead is eating something,
Right.
But the ones that I had, he wasn't eating anything. I said, I don't have too many. I have maybe a handful, sometimes if I go to a garage sale or something like that, and I see one that looks interesting, or it's old from Silver Age, usually the cover's detached or something, but I'll pick it up for, a buck or two.
Yeah.
So anyway, I guess I was left with doing superhero stuff because everybody else was not doing it. So,
Spider-Man.
Yeah, you did. That's true. Yeah. I give you that.
Yeah.
So I did look right. I know. Remember? Sorry. I did look for covers, and I did have some covers. And then I was in an LCS late last week, and I just went through the kind of the dollar bin that they have, and I found a couple. And then today I said, I was looking through some long boxes for something else. And I said, I had to look through 5 long boxes to find this one book I was looking for, right? So they have one more long box over there right next to it. I said, let me just look through this. And I said, oh, wait, here's a couple of food covers in here, which I forgot about. So let me start off. I did write down who the person was that drew each one of these. Hopefully the light, I don't know, maybe I should turn off the light because of the glare. Hold on a second. Let me see if that's helpful. So the first one is Spider-Man number 700, the B cover from 1998. And it's like the Happy New Year's cover.
Yeah.
Right?
Ooh,
now, there's really no food that I could see. There's some drink. but they are in a diner, I think. It looks like a diner to me.
Yeah.
So
I
there's
think that
definitely food around there.
qualifies.
So this is my reach cover. Okay. So I thought that was pretty cool. And it was driven by what's his name? Marco Martin.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Marco Martin.
Okay.
So that was pretty cool. Now the next one that I found, this is the one that I found in the box when I was looking for something else. I said, oh, here's Secret Invasion. I said I should read this again at some point in time, since they had the show on TV about it, and they're talking about the movies might have something about it. But
Yeah.
I bought, besides Secret Invasion, I bought Secret Invasion, what are they called? Secret Invasion Frontline. If you remember when they had these kind of multiple kind of issue special events, Marvel would have something called Frontline, which was a tie-in and gave like more information, more background story to the actual story. So this was Secret Invasion Bloodline number 4 out of 5. Okay.
Right.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
So there's the
Classic
scroll.
Thanksgiving.
Trying to just get this thing off here. There we go.
Is that a turkey
There's-
dinner I'm looking at?
Yeah, the scroll is there. It's kind of a Thanksgiving thing. It's kind of the Rockwell type of Thanksgiving thing, but with the scrolls around, mixed with some people there. So it says embrace change. All right. So this was by let's see, covered by Juan Doe. It says this is from 2008. Secret Invasion Frontline 4 or 5. Okay.
Very cool. Getting hungry now.
Right?
This is one that I found at the LCS, and I didn't know much about this group or anything like that. But it's when Chris Claremont, when DC back in the 90s had, and not that was a time when I was looking at comics, but just through my reading, I kind of understood this. In the 90s, they started a series of developer-owned comic books. So Chris Claremont had a developer-owned comic book that he did with I think Cockrum, if I remember correctly, Dave Cockrum, and it was called the Sovereign Seven.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
And this is one of the Sovereign Seven. There were people from another universe or world or something that got destroyed, and they got stuck here. There's 30 some odd. I didn't. The only one I ever read was this one because I just got it, But apparently there's a 36 issue run, and I don't know. Somehow it concludes in the 36th issue. But this is Cruiser, and Cruiser has a lot of food around.
Oh, that's a lot of food.
Apparently he likes
It
food.
is.
And the story starts off like in a diner, and I guess that's what this is supposed to be representative of. And let's see. The cover was by Ron Lim and Chris Ivey. All right.
Nice.
Now, it's kind of funny. So I said, let me find out more about Cruiser. So I went online and I put in Cruiser. I can't find any photographs that looks like this guy, like Cruiser here. He looks that way in here. And there's a couple. I won't say any of them, but most of them, he looks a little bit different. So I think this was kind of an exaggerated photograph of him because of all the food that's there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, one of the things, I was a big Fantastic Four fan when I was younger, right? And so I tried picking up Fantastic Four a few times, and it just never seemed to work. And then they just stopped publishing them, for a long time.
Yeah.
But then they came up with the FF, or the Future Foundation.
Yeah.
And I think that's after, at one point, Johnny Storm had died, I think, and they got Spider-Man to join, and then I think he came back. I forget the exact story, but I probably have a large portion of this run, but like other stuff, I probably just lost interest in it. But this is FF number 17, okay, with Johnny Storm back, and he's eating cereal, and Spider-Man's just looking over him. This was a Mike Choi cover.
What's his cereal called? The Things?
It looks like it's called Things, but it says there, hold on a second.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. The little Post-it, you can't read it because I didn't put my good camera on here today. It says Peter's cereal.
That's why he's overlooking them.
Yeah, that's why he's looking at
You
him.
don't eat a man's cereal. That's just
I know.
wrong.
I know.
That's wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was from 2011. Now, one thing that I was looking for, because I knew I had it and I did find it. You know, since the Flash, when the Flash runs really fast. Now, let's say hello to Doug. Hey, Doug, how you doing?
Hey, Doug.
The Flash runs really fast,
This is
right?
Bratton.
Yeah. So when the Flash runs, he runs fast. He uses up his energy. Doesn't have any MREs available. So what does he do? He looks to eat all the time, right?
Right.
So I saw this by John Boy Myers. I have this cover. It's cool. It's Flash 53, and it's super cool because he's running, but as he's running, he's eating and he's got all this food around him.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
It just takes it to the next level like that. So kind of a cool cover.
That
I
is
like the
cool.
colors and everything too. Looks good. Okay.
Nice.
That guy's fast.
Now the next one is one that I only picked up this cover. I read most of my DC stuff online now. I only picked up this cover of Supergirl. It goes back to 2016 because one thing that I do when I go to the LCS, I look for things. You know, if I see a cover that I like, I'll buy it. It goes back to my old cover show. I used to pick out the 5 best covers.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew I had this one, and I was actually lucky to find it because it's kind of a solitary Supergirl cover, and it could be in a book. And I don't think it was in my CLZ, but I happened to come across it. And it is a cover by Amanda Connor. I got 2 Amanda Connor covers in a row now. And I look for her covers; they're pretty cool. So this is Supergirl, and she is in a alien coffee shop with crypto, right?
Oh, nice.
See? That was pretty cool.
Very
She's
good.
sitting there. And so again, it's Amanda Connor cover. And I don't know what they're looking at, but they're looking at this one guy here in the sides there.
I just imagine the Star Wars cantina music
Yeah,
playing in the
something
background.
like that,
Yeah.
Okay. So that was good. Good Amanda. Now the second Amanda Connor's cover is a Batman cover. And at first when I looked at it, I was looking at this, and I was saying to myself, what's here? You know, what is it? But I realized after looking at it that it's just people doing cosplay. And it's this is a run of Batman that I was on, you know, when they were doing the whole Batman and Catwoman thing, moving up to a potential wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then the wedding didn't happen and pissed me off. I bought the next couple of issues, then I stopped reading because I thought that would be kind of cool. So this is number 47. This was a 2016, and it basically is a cosplay cover. And if you take a look at it, see people are at the movies, they're eating popcorn and drinking. And
Nice.
it's all these different people dressed up as the characters.
Oh, that's
I thought this
fun.
was
Very
really
cool.
Again, Amanda Connors. I think she did a great job with this. You know?
Yeah.
So they're obviously watching a Batman movie, I would think.
Yeah. All
It's a
different
really, really
characters
cool
too.
cover. I really like this cover.
That is a cool cover.
Yeah, I like that, Joe. That's really nice.
Yeah, really cool.
I like seeing
Yeah.
art like that where they just put people in like unconventional poses.
Yeah, I mean, she had to think about that and say, "Oh, what can I do for this?" And
And
you know,
each
came up with
character
this
has their
idea.
own, you know, what they're doing.
And you have like the Batman 66, like right there, front and center.
Mhm.
You know, you have the other Batman up there, Batgirls, Harley Quinn, different way. I mean, just a really cool cover.
Yeah, definitely.
Now the next one, I had bought a couple of Thunderbolt comics back in the day. I think I'm trying to remember exactly when or why I bought them, but I have a few of them downstairs. Now the first one is by Julian Tedesco, and I just love this cover because it's Deadpool is eating, but look at what's happening behind him. All hell's breaking loose.
Oh, that's
And he's
cool.
just sitting there, you know, eating like I don't know what a chicken leg or something like that. You know, I mean, it just fits it perfectly. I can see this in one of the movies, right?
That's perfect.
Yeah, really, really good. Right.
You know, I forgot about the diner covers. They were doing a diner cover series. They had Hulk in one, and they had other ones. I forgot about those.
And another one, which I really like, and let me see who did this one. David Yarden. This I just love this cover. The story inside and the art inside is not very good, but I really like this cover. Electra.
Wow.
That's cool.
Isn't that cool?
Well,
Yeah.
you know, there's a whole theme of like milkshake covers for the Archie collectors and stuff.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, that's like a thing. So
Yeah, I quickly reread this to see, because I mean this was from like 2012, so who knows? And I didn't buy the whole series, you know. I bought a few, but this is one that I kind of liked. I probably got rid of the others, potentially put them in mystery boxes or something like that. But I liked those two covers, so I kept them. The prior one and this one. And so I reread this one, and it's something like where they're actually a thing, you know, that they're together. But Punisher is slowly going through and getting rid of all the Thunderbolts because he thinks that they are a menace, you know. And the next one on his list is Elektra, and she's like, and he's trying to like to, you know, get her, but she's too quick for him. And he says, "You're holding back. You're holding back." She goes, "Well, wait, I don't want to hurt you." And he's trying to hurt her, you know. And then at the end, they don't hurt each other, and she just kind of walks away. But it was kind of really weird in some respect. But the cover is a terrific cover. All right, so I really like that cover. Two more.
Like the oil painting on that. Yeah.
This is a cover. I don't have too many Immortal Thors, but again, I bought this one because I think it was just the cover. The cover was just so fantastic. This is a relatively recent comic book from 2023, Immortal Thor number 13, and this is an Alex Ross cover, but not so much that it's an Alex Ross cover and that makes it so good, but just look at what's going on. I mean, this looks fantastic. Look at this cover.
Oh wow.
That is a cool one.
Isn't that cool?
Sweet.
Look, everybody
really
has their phones out.
I don't think that table's gonna last after that.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
He's there drinking the beer. Got Hercules he's doing an arm wrestle with, and everybody's got their phones out, you know, like recording the whole thing. I thought
That's
this was
cool.
a great cover.
That is a great one.
This is one of my favorite covers. It's just like
Mhm.
perfect, you know, just perfect. So this is again. I don't have too many of these Immortal Thors, but this was really good. But if you look in the window though.
Yeah, who is that?
I don't know. I don't think I ever read this, so I don't know who's there. I just bought it because it was a cover buy.
Nice.
We all have cover buys. We just bought because we love the cover.
It's some kind of creature. I don't know what it is. I guess I should read it and see if it makes any sense to me. But I bought this, I think, at probably at Midtown Comics one day. When I walked in there, I happened to see, I said, "Oh man, this is cool. I got to buy this cover."
That's really cool.
Okay.
And you see they're betting on the arm wrestling match too in the front.
Yeah. Yep. There's the money over there, right? They're betting on it too. All right. And my last cover, Chuck kind of stole my thunder on this one. I do pick up disparate Wonder Woman covers, but this is the Brian Boland has some of the great Wonder Woman covers.
Yeah.
Right. And so this is one. Diana's New Job.
No, I remember when that book came out and looking at it on I wasn't reading Wonder Woman at the time, looking at it going, what the hell is this? And I didn't actually buy it. But I just remember looking at it going, my God, the series has fallen. And, you know.
Well,
It's Wonder Woman.
She actually gets a job at Taco Wiz.
Mm-hmm.
And the story on this, I don't remember much about it, but I reread this so I can get kind of the gist of it. Yeah, Steve likes the story. Of course, Gary likes anything with women on it, so that's okay.
Steve just likes
Yeah,
camera.
he
That's all.
Yeah.
He's a foodie.
Gary's a ladies' man.
But she goes over to Themyscira and finds that it's disappeared. Doesn't know what's happened to everybody. She and Steve, then she sees Steve Trevor, who thinks that she was dead because Themyscira is gone. So they kind of hug each other, and he says, "I got to find out what's happened." And she just leaves, says, "I believe my mother is still alive, and she'll get in touch with me." And then what happens? So she goes back. A friend of hers, who I don't know who the heck it is, lets her sleep on the couch you know. And she's sleeping on this couch for weeks, and she always hears like a rat or something walking around, and she decides that she needs to get her own place, so she needs a job, right? What? Yep. Jim's here. This video must be
Taco
time. So she goes looking for a job, and this is what you're talking about, Chuck, a little bit about the fact that people couldn't find jobs and tough times were tough, and that's going through the theme of this. And then she eventually gets the job at Taco Wiz, and so she's serving people, and some of the stuff is a little funny, goes on there. So then she thinks she might have enough money, and she goes to this woman who owns this big house and is looking to rent out rooms. And she only has enough money to rent out this tiny room with a couch, so she doesn't even have a bed. And it ends by her hearing the same sound, the same like massive rat sound at the end. So I don't think I have the next one. I have to look and see, but I don't think I have the next one. So I don't know what heck happens next. But the cover is cool.
Yeah,
the cover's cool, and it's a food cover.
Yep.
So that was my last food cover with respect to that.
Nice. Those are good.
Yeah, so they were pretty cool. I'm glad I found a couple, and I'm glad that I actually had a few. The big thing is that some of these disparate books, I don't even have them in CLZ, so I don't know where they are. So I was just looking through all of the long. I know they're not in the short boxes, because normally when I put them in the short boxes, I put them into CLZ. So I'm looking through the long boxes.
Okay.
Putting them down on a chair, going through them, putting it back in there. So that was kind of tough. But it was cool, and this was Milt's idea. Milt, where the hell are you?
Hey, I do have one more awesome book that I got to shout out.
All right, hold on. Let me make you big,
all right, here we
sir.
go.
I mean, you are big anyway, but we'll make you bigger.
You don't want to make my head any bigger. It's already swollen up as it is. But, all right, here's a shout out to an audience member who wrote a book, Crunch, the delightfully tasteful collection of comics. And look what's on the front.
Oh, no.
Mr. Peanut getting eaten.
Right.
Mr. Peanut.
Now, this is one of Doug. I'm gonna like put one of your published art pieces on air. Okay, all the tens and tens. Well, all the ones and ones of viewers that we're having.
Copyright infringement.
Definitely. But this is definitely Pinocchio over a glass of beer, and what he's saying to Mr. Peanut, and that is Mr. Peanut. You know why I never get lucky, Jim? One word, splinters. So this is from the mind of Doug Bratton, okay? So this is definitely a food cover. So Doug, thank you for giving us this Pinocchio homage or whatever you want to call it, okay? But I had to show this one off because this is definitely a friend of the channel.
Yeah, Doug had an interesting thing going on in his mind back then when he was a syndicated cartoonist. I'm
telling you right now, there are some of these that, I mean, I have multiple books of Doug's. Although I have one book that Doug personally gave to me, and he personally drew a Conan in it. And it's in this room somewhere, but I filed it away so well, I can't find it. I like hid it for myself, but it's in this room somewhere. I've been going through, like, I'm like, okay, I put it in alphabetical order. All right, what did I call it? I don't know. I haven't found it yet, but it's in here. But I will literally laugh out loud whenever I read some of his little syndicated comics that he was making, because he just has a mind that is just absolutely hilarious. And he can he's like a Jerry Seinfeld to me, where he'll just take a mundane topic, an everyday topic, and he'll just turn it around and he makes it funny. But Doug uses superheroes and just regular pop culture figures. And he just somehow, like, what would be funny if they did? And he somehow puts it onto a comic strip. So good on you, Doug. And it definitely is food related.
That's true.
We had beer and we had Mr. Peanut.
That's true. So let me bring up something else. I thought I had downloaded them, but I did not. I'm sorry. Phil had put together some great photographs or some great drawings that he had done. And I neglected to download them from the internet, so I won't be able to show them. But what I will show instead is on the, let me just bring that up here. Where is it? Shoot. Sorry, guys. Hold on a second here. Okay. Let me bring this up first. So, now I got to do this all over again. Arrgh. There it is. Okay. So, the thumbnail for this has two superheroes.
Both are hungry.
Yeah,
Mhm.
both
Very
are
hungry.
hungry. All right. So we got the Batman, and we have kind of an oversized Hulk eating an oversized like turkey drumstick of some sort. Right. Now, I'm not sure if this is going to come up. Nope, that's not it. All right, I'm going to have to go back. Nope, that's not it either. Okay. So I just wanted to bring up a couple of them so you can see. I actually had put together I had 4 different Batman ones, and I just wanted to show them and I did this all with AI, so it was pretty cool. They came out pretty good. Sometimes AI stuff doesn't come out very good, but these came out pretty good.
Mhm.
You know. So we have.
Well, I remember the Conan Barbie thing you did a few years ago.
Yeah, remember that? Yeah,
That one came out well.
Here he is. He's smiling, so you know it's not really him, right?
Yeah, he's too happy.
I'm not sure if the next one is going to be one of his. Let's see if it comes up. Yep. Oh no, that's the anti-villain spray. Okay, so that's one. Hold on.
I love your AI things you do.
Yeah, here's the other one. Okay. Oh, I have to do it again? I thought it would just do it automatically, but it doesn't. Shoot.
That's a
All right,
bunch
it's
of
gonna be
balderdash.
taking longer than I thought.
All the work you did.
I'll put one more up, and then we'll let it go with that. Okay. I thought it would just go from one to the other when I changed the window, but it didn't do it. There he is again, smiling. You know.
Yeah, it's not real Batman.
Yeah,
That's
it's
fake
not real
Batman.
Yeah.
That's the Batman who laughs. Okay.
That's the
Yeah.
Batman.
Looks like you've got serum in him.
But the Hulk one actually was a little bit more, you know, he had a whole background around him, as opposed to the cutout that was on the thumbnail. So don't you just see the whole background on it? Because not only does he have the turkey wing, I mean, look, he has watermelon.
Huge turkey leg.
Yeah, huge turkey
Yeah,
leg.
he does.
He has some drinks
That's
there.
like a
that he's
Red
drinking.
Fest turkey leg he has there.
He's got food
Yeah.
on his chest, you know. I mean, he's got extra like strawberries behind him here. I'm not sure what these green things were, but I think they're part of the watermelon. So he's really enjoying himself, you know.
Yeah.
I
But
do like his Hawaiian
I like to
shirt
play
and
around with that
face.
stuff and sometimes put them into the stuff. So Steve says, excellent books. He said he might join us, but he couldn't find any food books in time. Yeah. So yeah, Steve was at the Toronto Comic-Con today. So.
Oh wow.
Steve, you were at Toronto Fan Fest. Come on, dude. You know there had to have been 1 or 2 of those books.
Yeah,
that
he
had
doesn't
food
have
on
fun.
them.
So
He should have been looking for them while he was at the
Disappointed.
Fan Fest. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
He could have come prepared.
I'm definitely disappointed in you, Steve. You could have been here if you were prepared.
he could have been a
Pissed.
contender.
Could have been a contender.
He could have been a contender.
So we had some pretty cool books, I think, you know. Who knows what Milt might have had with his extraordinary.
goodness gracious.
Yes.
Hopefully he's okay. Hopefully he's okay.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, he was at Fan Expo, he says. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh nice.
Yeah. And so was
Mark.
who else?
Oh, did Mark go?
Yeah, Mark Andrews.
Yeah, Mark. That's right.
Yeah.
Mark was there, but then he sent us a little thing. He went to since he's down from the Hitherlands up north, he decided to go to a Toronto Blue Jays game. You know,
Yep.
get some real culture going on. So
Hey, that's kind of cool because we went to Yankee Stadium with Mark here last month to go see a
Yeah.
good game.
yeah, so maybe one day. I know Matt, you've been talking about it. I'd like to do it too. Maybe one year, maybe next year or something like that. If we plan it ahead of time, it'd be great to go up to Toronto.
We
And,
got to get up there. You know,
and
those
do that.
gentlemen
That would
came
be
down to
fun.
see us. We got to get up there. That and I want to meet Steve in person one of these days.
Well, I think
Yeah.
I think that Steve has to, you know, can't wait until like a week before. He's got to take a few months before Say, hey
Right.
guys, it's coming up on this date, you know, et cetera, you know, whatever else, so we can see if we could make it. I need a few months to plan. You know, I have a busy schedule. I need a few
I'm a
months to
busy
plan
man,
this.
Steve. I got things to do. Okay.
Yes, Yankees. Yes. All right. Well, listen, I want to thank everybody that did show up tonight. I know a lot of people went to watch Brian. I'm gonna go over there in a few minutes and see what's going on in Brian's channel too with the Comic Book Community Awards. But Matt, thank you as always. Always fun to have you on. Alan, you too. Chuck always has great stuff to show. I want to remind everybody, you know, it's one book a month, you know, and if you can't join, get rid of that one book and send the $3.95 or the $4.95 my way, you know, so that we can help St. Jude's Hospital for Children with Cancer and the Talented Towers Foundation as well. I want to thank people that showed up in the chat. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. And next month, we are not going to have a live comic book crowd show. And I know that's tough, but my wife has set up kind of a little bit of a vacation for us, end of August vacation. We're going to go out to the Hamptons. Some of our friends are out there. They have a house and all of that. And so we're going to do that. And then we're going to see somebody else. So it's going to start like on a Wednesday and it's going to go over into Saturday, Sunday. All right. But if I have the chance, I'll put together a best of maybe again, because that's kind of fun to look back at some of the old ones. We will be having an Espresso mail call. Chuck, I'll let you guys know when it is. It'll probably be the 13th, I believe. You know, that's the Friday, the 13th. Woo! And the 20th, we will have a Anachronic College of Comic Book Knowledge. I'm setting it up with somebody, and we'll post it and have it there as well. So with that, I just want to thank everybody for showing up again. I appreciate you guys all, both guys here and everybody in the chat. And we will see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.